Did you know that one of Earth's weirdest animals just got weirder? The platypus, already a duck-billed, egg-laying mammal, glows under UV light. Yeah, it literally fluoresces. Under normal light, they look brown and fuzzy, but hit them with ultraviolet, and they shine blue-green like a neon sign in the wild. Scientists only discovered this in 2020, making the platypus one of the very few mammals on Earth known to glow like this. Why do they glow? No one's 100% sure. It might help them stay hidden from predators, or maybe it's just one more reason they feel like nature's secret experiment. One thing's for sure, platypuses are not just bizarre, they're glowing proof that we still have no clue what else nature's hiding. Subscribe for more facts that'll break your brain.
Nice.
Did you know octopuses might actually dream? Scientists discovered that these eight-legged aliens show sleep patterns similar to humans. Light sleep, deep sleep, and even active sleep that mimics REM. You know, the stage when humans dream. But here's the wild part. During this active sleep, octopuses change colors rapidly, twitch, and move their arms, as if they're acting out a dream. What would an octopus even dream about? Hunting, hiding, plotting the fall of humanity? We may never know, but this proves they're way smarter and more complex than we ever thought. So next time you see one at an aquarium just sleeping, yeah, they might be in the middle of a deep-sea dream. Subscribe for more facts that'll break your brain.
Nice.
Did you know rabbits can't puke? Their digestive system only moves one way. Once it's in, it's staying in. And get this, their teeth never stop growing. That's why they constantly chew to grind them down. Wild, right? But here's where it gets weirder. Rabbits sleep with their eyes open. Yeah, they trick predators even in their sleep. And if you think they're silent, think again. Rabbits scream. It's rare, but when they do, it means pure terror. And finally, rabbits can die from loneliness. They're social animals, and without companionship, their stress levels spike, sometimes fatally. Now that you know, you'll never look at rabbits the same again. Subscribe for more facts that'll break your brain.
Nice.
Did you know space has a smell? Astronauts who've been on spacewalks all say the same thing. It smells like seared steak, gunpowder, and welding fumes. Sounds wild, right? Here's why. When astronauts return to their spacecraft, the airlock and suits release trace chemicals into the cabin. Those burnt metal and ozone-like smells, that's space residue reacting with oxygen. And it's not just a whiff. Some astronauts say the scent is so distinct, it instantly floods their memory every time they suit up. NASA even hired a chemist to recreate it for astronaut training. So yeah, the smell of space is real. And no, it's not the fresh void you'd imagine. Makes you wonder what Mars or Jupiter might smell like, huh? Subscribe for more facts that'll break your brain.
Nice.
Did you know one of the biggest hacks in history didn't even involve a keyboard? In 2016, hackers used fake emails and a typo to steal $81 million from the Bank of Bangladesh. That's right, a typo. They posed as the bank, sent requests to the Federal Reserve in New York, and nearly stole $1 billion. One request got flagged because someone misspelled foundation as fandation. That single typo saved $900 million. Even crazier? The money that did go through vanished into fake companies and casinos in the Philippines. Cleaned and gone. All from a few emails and a missing spell check. No movie-level hacking, just social engineering and patience. So yeah, next time you ignore phishing emails, remember, someone fumbled $1 billion heist with one bad autocorrect. Subscribe for more facts that'll break your brain. Did you know doctors used to cure mental illness by stabbing your brain with an ice pick? It was called the transorbital lobotomy. No anesthesia, just a hammer, a pick, and your eye socket. They'd slide the tool above your eyeball, crack through the bone, and wiggle it to calm the brain. This wasn't fringe science. It won a Nobel Prize in 1949. Over 40,000 people were lobotomized in the US alone. One man, Dr. Walter Freeman, performed thousands himself, sometimes in hospitals, sometimes in his van. The effects? Some patients became docile. Others lost everything. Memories, emotions, even the ability to speak. It was banned decades later, but for a while, this was modern medicine. Subscribe for more facts that'll break your brain.
Nice.
Did you know bananas are berries, but strawberries aren't? Yeah, the fruit world is lying to us. Botanically, a berry has to grow from one flower with one ovary and have seeds inside the flesh. That makes bananas, kiwis, even eggplants legit berries. But strawberries? Nope, their seeds are on the outside and they grow from a flower with multiple ovaries. Same with raspberries and blackberries. Total berry frauds. And get this, watermelon and pumpkins? Technically berries too. Nature doesn't care what you think a fruit should be. So next time someone offers you a berry smoothie, just know you might be sipping banana, not strawberry. Subscribe for more facts that'll break your brain.
Nice.
Did you know sharks are older than trees? Yeah, sharks have been swimming the oceans for over 400 million years, while the first trees popped up around 350 million. That means sharks were out here hunting before leaves even existed. They survived 5 mass extinctions, including the one that wiped out the dinosaurs. While entire species vanished, sharks just kept cruising. And get this, some species, like the Greenland shark, can live for over 400 years. That's longer than the United States has existed. Their skeletons aren't even made of bone. It's all cartilage. That's how they stay flexible and fast, even after hundreds of millions of years of evolution. Sharks aren't just predators, they're ancient survivors. Subscribe for more facts that'll break your brain.
Nice.
Did you know your tongue has a print as unique as your fingerprint? No two tongues are the same. Not in shape, not in texture, not even in muscle patterns. It's so distinct that scientists have explored using tongue prints for biometric ID. Yeah, imagine unlocking your phone with a lick. The surface of your tongue is covered in papillae, those tiny bumps, and their layout is as unique to you as your DNA. Even the way your tongue moves is personal. It's one of the strongest muscles in your body, and it never gets tired. Plus, your tongue never sleeps. Even when you're unconscious, it's keeping your airway clear and swallowing saliva on autopilot. So next time someone says, "Everyone's the same," stick your tongue out because science says otherwise. Subscribe for more facts that'll break your brain.
Nice.
Did you know there's a real-life fungus that turns ants into zombies? It's called Ophiocordyceps unilateralis. Sounds like science fiction, but this is nature. It infects the ant's body, then hijacks its brain. The ant climbs up a plant, locks its jaw, and waits. The fungus slowly kills it, then grows a stalk right out of its head. That stalk releases spores, and the cycle begins again. It's not just mind control, it's total body takeover. And if this sounds familiar, it's the exact fungus The Last of Us is based on, except it doesn't affect humans. Yet, nature's terrifying, but it's also insanely smart. Subscribe for more facts that'll break your brain.
Nice.
They used to light up summer nights, but now they're vanishing. Fireflies aren't just pretty, they're bioengineers with built-in glow tech. That glow, it's cold light, zero heat, pure efficiency. But here's the scary part. Their numbers are dropping fast. Habitat loss, light pollution, and pesticides are wiping them out. And once they're gone, that glow is gone forever. Some species are already extinct, and we barely noticed. Fireflies need dark, moist places to thrive. But with cities growing and nights getting brighter, they're losing their magic. Even worse, some firefly larvae take up to 2 years to mature. That means if we ruin their home now, we won't feel the loss until it's too late. They were nature's little lanterns. Now they're a fading memory. Subscribe for more facts that'll break your brain.
Nice.
Ancient Greeks were terrified of the dead rising. Yeah, legit zombie fears over 2,000 years ago. Archaeologists have found graves where bodies were pinned down with rocks and pottery shards just to keep them from coming back. These weren't criminals. Some were ordinary people buried with heavy chains or stakes through their limbs. Why? They believed certain souls could rise as revenants, violent, restless dead, and this wasn't rare. At sites like Passo Marinaro in Sicily, over 24 graves had signs of anti-zombie rituals. Forget Hollywood. Greeks were stacking stones on corpses long before The Walking Dead was a thing. Creepy? Definitely. Surprising? Even more. What's the craziest fact you know? Let me know in the comments. Follow for more amazing facts.
Nice.
SCPs aren't just internet horror stories. Some are terrifyingly close to real life. You ever heard of SCP-173, the statue that moves when you're not looking? It mirrors the weeping angels from fiction, but it also echoes CIA experiments with perception paralysis. SCP-682, the unkillable reptile? That one's inspired by Cold War bioweapon rumors. Organisms engineered to adapt instantly no matter how you try to destroy them. And the SCP Foundation itself? It's eerily similar to MKUltra and Project Blue Book, classified U.S. operations exploring mind control and unexplained phenomena. Containment procedures? Those are basically redacted government files with fictional labels slapped on. What's scarier, the SCPs or the fact that reality came first? Follow for more facts that will break your brain.
Nice.
You ever wonder why Vikings went full psycho in battle? It wasn't just rage, it was mushrooms. Yeah, real talk. Ancient berserkers, those wild, shirtless Viking warriors, are believed to have tripped on a toxic mushroom called Amanita muscaria before charging into war. It didn't just hype them up, it made them feel invincible, numb to pain, and totally out of control. Imagine fighting someone who's hallucinating, screaming, and doesn't care if they're bleeding out. That's not just adrenaline, that's Viking warfare on drugs. Some researchers think they foamed at the mouth, shook violently, and even lost their memory after. It wasn't magic. It was chemistry. The craziest part? This theory only surfaced recently. History's been hiding a psychedelic twist the whole time. Follow for more facts that will break your brain.
Nice.
Imagine finding something inside your body with eyes and teeth. No, this isn't Resident Evil, it's real life. They're called teratomas, real tumors that can grow hair, skin, even eyeballs and teeth. It sounds like something out of a bioweapon lab, but they happen in humans. One case, a teenage girl had a tumor removed from her brain. It had a jaw and a tooth. Another had an ovary tumor with a whole miniature face. Teratomas form when stem cells go rogue, cells that can become anything, suddenly becoming everything. It's rare, but when it happens, it's pure nightmare fuel. No T-virus needed. And yet, they're usually benign. Creepy? Definitely. Dangerous sometimes, but mostly your body just builds a monster and doesn't even tell you. Follow for more facts that will break your brain.
Nice.
You ever piss off a bird and it remembers your face for years? Ravens can, and they do. Scientists once captured wild ravens for a study. Years later, when those same humans walked by again, the ravens attacked them while ignoring strangers. These birds remembered who wronged them. Ravens aren't just smart, they're vengeful. They can recognize individual faces, communicate warnings to other ravens, and even pass down that grudge to their flock. If you feed them, they'll bring you gifts, but if you mess with one, they won't forget, ever. It's like having a tiny feathery mafia with wings and a memory better than yours. So next time you see a raven, don't test it. Follow for more facts that will break your brain.
Nice.
You thought Dr. Stone was fiction. There's a real lake in Africa that turns animals into stone. It's called Lake Natron, and it's not magic, it's science. The water is so alkaline and salty, it can literally calcify anything that touches it. Birds fly in, land by mistake, and never fly out. Their bodies dry out, harden, and get preserved like statues. The lake's pH, nearly the same as ammonia. Temperatures, over 60 degrees Celsius. It's like nature's petrification beam, only slower and very real. Photographers have found animals frozen mid-flight, wings spread, eyes open, like time just stopped. But they're not statues, they're real animals turned to stone by nature itself. No lab, no science experiment. Just Earth doing what it does best, terrifying you with the truth. Follow for more facts that will break your brain.
Nice.
They don't text, call, or send memes, but sea otters have figured out love better than most humans. When they sleep, they hold hands. Why? So they don't drift apart. Floating in the ocean, these fuzzy little creatures form rafts. Groups of otters clump together, all linked by paws. Sometimes it's couples, sometimes it's moms holding their pups. And yes, they've been seen using kelp to tie themselves down like little anchors. But it gets even deeper. Sea otters are one of the few animals that use tools. They'll keep a favorite rock in a pouch under their arm, like a personal toolbox, for cracking open shells. So while we're out here forgetting anniversaries, sea otters are holding hands just to stay close. Nature's adorable, and kinda better at relationships than we are. Follow for more facts that will break your brain.
Nice.
What if I told you a phone number was so cursed? Everyone who owned it died? In Bulgaria, the number +35988888888 was deactivated permanently after 3 people died under mysterious and violent circumstances. First owner, the CEO of a mobile company, died from aggressive cancer. Second, a mafia boss, shot down in the street. Third, a drug lord, gunned down outside a restaurant. After that, the phone company banned the number. No one can call it, no one can own it. It's like it vanished. Coincidence? Maybe, but nobody's been brave or dumb enough to reactivate it since. And the creepiest part, some say the line still rings, but no one answers. Follow for more facts that will break your brain.
Nice.
There's a vending machine in Japan that sells mystery boxes for $500. No preview, no clue, just a glowing box with a price tag and the words, good luck. It's tucked away in Akihabara, Tokyo, and people actually buy from it, hoping for iPhones, luxury watches, or rare anime merch. Some get a Nintendo Switch, others cheap knockoff AirPods or random plush toys. It's basically a real-life loot box you can't refund. And yeah, it sells out fast. It's not just about what's inside. It's the thrill of risking hundreds on pure mystery. Would you drop $500 on a vending machine gamble? Follow for more facts that will break your brain.
Nice.
She fell 33,000 feet and survived. A bomb exploded midair. The plane shattered. Passengers were thrown into the sky. But Vesna Vulovic, a 22-year-old flight attendant, was trapped in the tail section. As the wreckage plummeted 10 kilometers straight down, it slammed into a snowy hillside. Everyone else died instantly, except her. She broke her skull, legs, and spine. But somehow she lived. Doctors called it a miracle. Scientists couldn't explain it. To this day, she holds the world record for surviving the highest fall without a parachute. Follow for more facts that will break your brain.
Nice.
McDonald's knows their ice cream machines break, and they let it happen. The machines aren't actually broken, they're locked. Built by a company called Taylor, These machines require a special code to reset, one only Taylor technicians have. Each time a franchise calls for help, Taylor gets paid. Some workers claim they were never even trained to fix them, even though it's just a cleaning cycle error. Franchisees tried to expose this with a startup tool that decoded the errors. McDonald's shut it down. A lawsuit followed. And behind the scenes, millions of dollars at stake. The truth isn't melted ice cream, it's melted profits. Follow for more facts that will break your brain.
Nice.
Your microwave isn't broken, you're just using it wrong. That cold bite in the middle, that's not bad luck, that's bad technique. When you pile food high in the center of the plate, the microwave can't heat evenly. But here's the fix. Form your food into a ring, like a donut, with space in the middle. The microwaves bounce and circulate better, heating from the inside out. Even crazier? Covering your plate with a damp paper towel traps steam, keeping food moist instead of rubbery. This one simple change can make leftovers taste freshly cooked every single time. You've been doing it wrong for years. Follow for more facts that will break your brain.
Nice.
The iceberg didn't sink the Titanic. Human ego did. April 14th, 1912. The unsinkable ship sped through iceberg-laced waters, ignoring multiple warnings. The captain wanted to break a record. The lookouts had no binoculars. And the radio operator? He dismissed an iceberg alert minutes before disaster. But here's the twist. The Titanic's steel was brittle from cold temperatures. It shattered instead of bending. Worse, lifeboats were cut in half to make the deck look better. Over 1,500 people died, not just from an iceberg, but from pride, shortcuts, and greed. The real killer wasn't ice, it was arrogance. Follow for more facts that will break your brain.
Nice.
A bunch of kids spinning toys in the park were part of a secret military experiment. In the 1950s, the US Air Force had a problem. Pilots were blacking out under extreme G-forces. They needed to study human coordination, reflexes, and spatial awareness under stress. So they quietly funded studies. Using yo-yos, schools ran yo-yo contests across the country, collecting data on reaction time, balance, and hand-eye coordination. To kids, it was just fun. To scientists, it was behavioral gold. The government disguised research as recess. And you thought walk the dog was just a trick. Follow for more facts that will break your brain.
Nice.
He's falling, screaming, holding a baby in one hand and nothing in the other. This isn't a game anymore. It's his final choice. Gi-hun knew the truth. The button was never pressed. That baby was the real player, and the VIPs, they wanted blood. Again. So when Myung-gi tried to take the child's life for the win, Gi-hun snapped. He fought, bleeding, broken, but he held on. And in that moment, dangling above death, he looked down at innocence, at hope, and he made the only move they never expected. He let go, not of the child, of himself. He didn't lose. He gave them no show, no final kill, just silence. A man who once clawed to survive chose to die a human. Gi-hun didn't sacrifice himself to win. He sacrificed himself so the games would end. Follow for more facts that will break your brain.
Nice.